Hello and welcome to the video. So another lock picking video. So last time picked this. If you want to watch that video, I'll put a card up. You can go back to see how we made these. Obviously the way we've made these is on the edge as opposed to using it that way. So that is the hook of the pick. Right, so the same applies. So this time it's our Euro cylinder or our bottom lock in the door. If you look at that. Last time it was our Yale lock, or if you're in the States, our rim cylinder. So again, I'm going to leave that nib on because it kind of bites. Got to go up on an angle because otherwise it just spins. So going can be a bit fiddly. Yeah, there we go. So, excuse me, have a bit of a look at the tension. Listen to the plug. You can hear the pins moving back and forth. Right, so this is going to be a bit of a nightmare because this is like just wants to spin in the hand. So I'm not too sure how long this is going to take. Okay. Right, so I'm going to start from the back to the front. I've got a lot of false sets, and I think pin 1 wants to set. Yes. No, that's cool. Back to pin 5. There's a bit of grit going on there, but nothing to write home about just yet. And this is quite fiddly because it wants to turn as I'm applying pressure. Yeah, just spinning in the hand, but this is about everyday carry. Get you in an emergency, so it's probably not that imperative to, you're not in some speed picking competition in Amsterdam or something like that. Doing lock sport, this is just to get into your address, by the way, not anybody else's address. As discussed in the previous video, even for a prank it can go horribly wrong, especially in America where you guys have guns. But even in the UK, I mean, we don't have guns, but we still have grit and resolve if we think there's an intruder in the house. So I'm getting some good sets on this Euro. Just this pin 1 seems to be the key. I don't know why it likes to float. Oh, I do have. This is no bite there. Might have a false set. May have a false set. It's quite annoying that the grip in the hand of the pick, you get pretty good feedback because it's so thin, but on the flip side, just released a bit of tension there. I think I've got a false set. Yeah, let's go again. Okay. So I'm just going to go for pin 2. Now pin 1. Back to pin 5, which sounded good. It's hard to feel with this, but you do get a good kind of feel, but then the cramp in your thumb takes over and you're like, ugh. Well, pin 2 is a little tricky bugger, so I'll just leave a bit of tension off there. It just wants to spin. It's quite annoying. But as I said, it's an emergency kind of system. It's annoying, really annoying. but we can do it. I'm not going to give up. Persistence is the key. Just keep going until we find the right combination. Right, that was a good set on that pin. Pin 5 has really become prominent. Yeah. I'm just finding them quite off. Right, I'm going to reset that. In fact, I'll have to go in again. Attention. Okay. If I'm lucky. I'm just going to go and look for the low-hanging fruit. Number 1 is the low-hanging fruit. Number 5 is a bit, likes to float a bit there, so I'm not going to go for him just yet. I'm going to come forward again. Look at that pin 2. Pin 5 is just okay. I think I lost it there. Yeah, so there's obviously an issue with it just twisting off, so I can't get as much purchase as I would like. There we go, open. Excellent. And we're in. Took a bit longer than I thought it would. To be fair, with my pick set, I can get in locks like this in a heartbeat. But we're in. Obviously, what you would do is then put one of these down the back, and possibly you may want. So the idea was we kept it in our everyday carry. So in order to get that to turn, excuse me, please. So I'm going to use something else actually to hand. Do you know what? No. I'm just going to show everyone at home why you shouldn't bite your fingernails. Because yeah, there we go. So got this in our everyday carry. Now, what we need to do is obviously connect it to the tailpiece on the back of the lock, so we don't want to relock it, obviously, because we've just spent all that time. So you can feel the spring of the tailpiece there. That won't be strong enough to turn the actual lock body itself. So if you push down into the tailpiece, as you can see, we're connected into the tailpiece, and that lock will open. Now there's an issue here which we don't run into when, say, I put my half diamond down the back, is the hull pins may want to fire into lock. If that happens, you've got to get the drill out. There's no two ways about it. So what I'd probably recommend is something like this. Actually, no, not like that. But in fact, let's get our attention wrench. No. So probably just have to wing it. I mean, we're locked out. And if you get a locksmith, generally, they're just going to drill your bloody lock out anyway. So yeah, let's get that down the back. Just to keep the pins in the hull from dropping into the spool. So fingers crossed this goes all right. Oh, they grabbed a bit. There you go. Yep. Open. Happy days. Well, thanks for watching the video. So if you want to watch the previous one, how we created these, which was basically just using the pliers from EDC, as discussed before, we carry these like this in our everyday carry. Do not carry them like this. That is obviously, just look at the camera actually, that is obviously bent into the shape of a lockpick. And we're not doing it like they do in Hollywood, which is the bobbed wavy side. We're actually going in on the side, so it's nice and thin like a normal lockpick, as opposed to on that side. But yeah, so that took a bit longer than I thought, but we're in. Happy days. Obviously, I've just shown you how not to drop the pins, the driver pins, into the back of the spool of the lock. Dropping driver pins in there, and that's it. It's game over. I mean, you can push them out, but generally what happens if it's quite a deep spool, there's quite deep openings. Some manufacturers purposely ream that a bit wider as well, so they do drop in and lock the lock in that position. If those pins do drop in there, generally what happens is the springs come in as well. So if you can't quite evacuate the pins quick enough, the springs will come in, and you won't be able to push them springs up because they'll just want to spread out and just jam the lock. But yeah, that's a Euro cylinder cracked. Next video, what I'm going to do, same thing. I'm not going to do it today because this is, I'm going to have to reverse pin pick this. This Required lock has some skinny spool pins. The driver pins are they're different sizes as well, so they don't quite bind right. There's mushroom pins in there. There's loads of different security measures in this lock, so that's for the next video in this series. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I say, if you get locked out, there you go. Always keep a couple of pins, everyday carry, and yeah, cool. Thank you.